to the big story of the day, especially when we talk about the assassination attempt that was made against Kashmiri activist Sushil Pandit, where sources say that information that was received on two of the accused who have now been arrested and sent to a 5-day remand, they were planning an assassination plot on the social media networking app Signal. Now, the case that has been transferred to the Delhi Police's special cell, with sources revealing that there could be a foreign hand involved in the incident. As per the preliminary intel that we are getting as of now, Pakistani-backed ISI is said to be a part of the assassination plot. To help us understand better what had happened exactly, we have Sushil Pandit joining us live on the broadcast. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you very much for taking out your time, and good to know that you are safe and sound, sir. Would you like to share with us what happened while you were in Delhi and the timely action that was taken by the Delhi police who arrested these two individuals called Lakhan and Sukhvinder?
Thank you, Amita, for calling me. I have very little additional knowledge than what you have conveyed to your viewers since yesterday. I was also quite surprised to hear that two individuals have been nabbed by Delhi police, that they have recovered some automatic weapons from them. They have recovered a few pictures of mine and some contact details, and they have confessed to the fact that they have been promised 10 lakh rupees to kill me. I know very little beyond this, except for the fact that they hail from Punjab and they are connected to a network that runs deep up to Dubai, and there is a possible connection with our friendly neighbor. I am waiting for more details. I am sure Delhi police will, through interrogation and through corroboration, find out more for us to put the entire picture together and take a call about it.
Panditji, you are a human rights activist, quite vocal when it comes to expressing the pain and the ordeal that Kashmiri Hindus that had to face in the last few decades. Do you believe that you were targeted on base of your thoughts and the opinions that you have been saying all along? What is the perception of threat perception that you have been facing all of these years, and the timely action that was taken by the Delhi police to nab these two of them?
Amita, we are an open democracy. I grew up in this country looking at our precious freedoms and also the challenges to this democracy, which is not, to admit frankly, a perfect democracy. There never is one. But we have been a not very rich nation. We have huge poverty. We also have a very, very troubled past in terms of colonial rulers, and before that invaders ruling over the country for over 1,000 years. And therefore, a lot of challenges, a lot of conflicts. Kashmiri Hindu exodus from the state, from the valley 31 years ago was arguably the largest expulsion of a community since independence, accompanied with unprecedented violence and great deal of bloodshed, primarily because we were Hindus. Because there hasn't been any redressal to that. There hasn't even been an acknowledgement that we were victims of a genocide. There hasn't been any punishment to those who committed this heinous crime. And my community is still waiting in camps for justice, for reversal of their genocide, for acknowledgement of their plight. On the contrary, what they have is denial of their genocide, a great deal of whitewash about their crimes. The people who committed these crimes have prospered in these years instead of facing the consequences. All this was something that, as a part of this community, I felt uh, responsible for. In my age group, it is people like us who community looks up to, their young ones, their experienced ones, educated ones, to tell their story, to fight for their justice. And taking that onus, my friends and I decided to do something about it. And for more than 10-15 years, we have joined the argument, we have joined the movement, and we are trying our best, whatever with little means as private citizens can, to bring this issue to light, to highlight this, to highlight the misdeeds of the state neighboring us, Pakistan, the jihadi state of Pakistan, and highlight the apathy and indifference of our own state, which was responsible for our security and to deliver justice and to reverse our genocide. And we thought that this should not be anyone's problem, as we are not in conflict with anyone except the enemies of India, and therefore we should not hesitate about telling our story. We are part of a mighty Indian democracy of more than 1 billion people, a functional criminal justice system with all its flaws, and a nation of great past, huge heritage, has an important place in the Committee of Nations, a reputation to defend. And therefore, we were using our civil liberties, our rights, to agitate all this in public domain. Obviously, it doesn't go well with those who planned our genocide in Kashmir and who thought that they would now pretend to be victims instead of facing consequences. I never thought that a neighboring state of Pakistan, instead of feeling the shame and embarrassment of its misdeeds being exposed in the world arena, instead of correcting itself, would actually try and silence these voices. They are compounding their blunders, even as they fight their grey list in FATF. They are walking deeper into this swamp of criminal jihad unleashed on us. And if they target individuals like me...
But sir, sources also saying that one of the reasons you being on the hit list was your recent speeches at the Jawaharlal Nehru University that may have upset a lot of people and may have indulged themselves to conspire against you. What do you think the reason could be, sir?
Amita, I have been an alumni of Jawaharlal Nehru University. I was there in 1984. And Jawaharlal Nehru University campus has sadly been a hotbed of a lot of anti-India forces inimical to us as a society, as a democracy, as a polity. And I've been going there because it has been my institution. My friends and a lot of my well-wishers are there. And they've often called me to know more about Article 370, to know more about the ground situation in Kashmir, to know more about our security, how it gets impacted because of what happened to us in Kashmir, about how Kashmir is getting replicated in the rest of India. And I have been very frank and candid in my conversations in JNU. So I'm not surprised the deep roots that enemies of India have struck in the JNU campus, that there are such repercussions I'm supposed to face as a result. So if they are citing some of these conversations I've had in open forums in JNU, so be it. I've been doing this across campuses in the country. I've gone to IIT Madras, I've gone to IIT Powai, I have been to IIM Indore, I have gone to all major campuses, whether it is Allahabad University campus, Punjab University campus in Chandigarh, I've roamed across the country, national law universities in different cities, and IIT Kanpur a couple of years back, and talked to audiences, very keen and very serious audiences about what happens in Kashmir.
And of course, you are there on several TV debates as well, especially when it comes to the matter we discuss about Pakistan and of Kashmir, sir, because we have seen you numerous times there when you're expressing your views, sir. Because I'm running out of time, sir, I want to also know from you what has been said to you by the police in regard to any protection or any safety measures that you need to take now. Have you heard of any similar threats to other voices hailing from Kashmir like you, sir?
Amita, strange as it may sound, nobody from Delhi police has gotten in touch with me yet. No official from bureaucracy, no officer from the police force, no politician of any consequence in power or outside has so far gotten in touch. And I don't think I have been told, advised, or provided any security that is visible to me, apparent to me. If there is something happening without my knowledge, I thank them for it. But not that I know of, not that there is anything visible in my proximity yet. Probably they are still assessing, probably they are still investigating, they are still getting to the bottom of it. And they might take their time. I hope they get to the bottom of it. And yes, you were right in your second question. I am just one of the manifestations of their desperation. There are lots of my co-activists who are part of this campaign. And if they are targeting me today, they will target some other people tomorrow. They are doing so because we are raising our voice, and whoever wishes to raise voice must be prepared for such consequences, and that's the kind of warning they are issuing through this particular action.
But the special cell we're getting to know of the Delhi police has taken over the case, and the two individuals who have been arrested have been remanded into 5-day custody, sir, hoping that we'll get more information actually who was behind such an act there. But good to know, sir, that you are safe and sound, and we'll be hearing more from you as and when the case develops. Thank you very much, Sushil Pandit ji, for joining us here live on Republic. Thank you, sir.